So, this was a viewer-requested album review. And if you want more of these requested albums, I guess, I will be doing another viewer-requested album review later tonight, Sling by Claro. But right now we're doing Young Heart by Birdie, which, I gotta say, this was nice. I mean, aside from a select handful of songs, this felt nice to listen to. This girl's voice is similar to the powerfulness of Florence Welch and to the youthfulness of Olivia Rodrigo. However, it does leave me wanting more because it's not quite at Florence's level. It leaves me want to be listening to any Florence and the Machine record instead of, this. But, I mean, there's nothing to be desirable. She is very good at what she does. She can play guitar and piano insanely well, without a doubt in my mind. However, on the worst moments of this album, she does seem to be trying to imitate something. For example, Lighthouse sort of sounds like a Christian song to me. Surrender sounds like Hope You're Okay by Olivia Rodrigo. River Song is just her sounding crazy, in my opinion. Deepest Lonely is sort of sounding like, High School Musical, the musical of the series. It's trying to inject drama into something where there really isn't. But those are the worst moments on this album, where she's trying to make it sound like something else or try to make something sound like it. However, what do I think about the best moments on this album? Well, I'd be lying if this didn't have some amazing songs. Little Blue, Young Heart, Loneliness, Voyager, and probably, I don't know, Nobody Knows Me Like You Do are probably my top 5 on this album, and for good reason, all of them. Nobody Knows Me Like You Do has the best vocals on this album, and it feels raw. It feels like you're actually getting into her soul. Little Blue is about grief, and it sounds like it's about the loss of a child. Another one where she sounds raw, and like you're getting into the insides of her. Young Heart is another... all of these have in common, they sound raw. They sound like they're real. Young Heart is about still learning who you are and having to apologize to a lover because of it, and having to break up with said lover because you don't know who you are yet. Loneliness is the introversion of herself. It sounds very ominous, in my opinion, which is fine. I think it works entirely well. And it illustrates this point of how relationships only work when there's time alone. Without that time alone, it doesn't work. It never will. Voyager is... it sounds like it's like, I'm leaving, and you can come with me, but I'm not forcing you. You're either not coming with me and we're gone, or you're coming with me and we're both gone. But it's an incredibly powerful song. The percussion is kind of weak on this one, but other than that, nothing is wrong here. Her voice is great. It has one of the best lines on the album. Hardest part is part of me wants to stay. Ugh. So raw. I will say the intro and the interlude are literally just piano, and it's really annoying because it interrupts from the album for no real reason other than, hey, look, it's a piano. Yay! Like, what? Why? What's the point? The strings on this album are usually pinpoint, except for on the other side where they sort of sound forced. However, the other side also is very hypocritical in its verses. The entire idea of it is like, autumn is so lovely, but, autumn fires, red and brown is going across the world. If the bridge falls, I'll catch you. I'm gonna leave you. Like, it's a very hypocritical type thing. It's the good and the bad in her mind fighting. And in the end, the outro is the good in her talking. Autumn is such a beautiful time, and if your bridge falls, I will catch you. and it's such a beautiful song in the way it's such a reversal. On the other end of the spectrum, Lighthouse makes me want to gouge my eyes out. Another one where the strings feel kind of forced. It's really cheesy. It's about love. Shut up. And it sort of sounds like a Christian song. Not the one you're thinking of, My Lighthouse. But it sounds like one of those where she's talking up to the man instead of as equals, which isn't right. They're equals. The man is not higher power, which really pisses me off. On the complete other end of the spectrum, Secondhand news. Jesus Christ, this is so good. Another one where the vocals really shine. The pre-chorus transferring into the chorus, where it's like a high note and then keeps that high note for the chorus. That's insanely well done. It's about the regret in a breakup and how you are forced to still hear about this guy, but it's always from another person, therefore secondhand news. Haha, get it? Funny. I'm feeling overall this album is pretty damn good. I like it a lot. I'm really happy I listened to it. It's not an album of the year shoo-in by any means, but it's certainly going to be in my, top 25, I think is what I'm doing, unless I listen to a ton of more albums, which is very possible. I'm feeling a decent 8 out of 10 on this one. Definitely will be listening to this in the future, but feeling a decent 8. Coming up next will be Claro's Sling, and then I'll probably listen to that Descendants album and do a review of that after I listened to it a couple of times to ingest it, but I haven't gotten there yet. So thank you for watching. Have fabulous whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care if you subscribe. I don't care if you like. Hell, dislike. See if we can screw those ratios over. Peace.